Welcome back to the Union Street Podcast. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Today, we are headed to Mandala Gardens to talk all about Art in the Garden 2024. A great event that we held last year. We're doing it again. Live art, live music, entertainment, performance, good food trucks, coffee. You're not going to want to miss this event, I guarantee it. On this episode, we talk with Reid, the owner of Mandala Gardens, as well as Marquis from Project Human X in Carbondale, and my friends from Monday Art Social, Guy and Michelle Acheson. We're going to be talking and breaking down last year and talking about what people can expect at Art in the Garden this year. We're super excited for today's episode. Let's go to the gardens. Welcome back to the Union Street Podcast. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching to the #1 arts and entertainment podcast in Southern Illinois. We're happy to have that statement there. So we are in beautiful Mandala Gardens. We have a very exciting event coming here. You might recognize some of the faces here from Art in the Garden last year. We'll be introducing everybody here shortly. But I want to start off with Greg, the owner of Mandala Gardens. Greg, what is Mandala Gardens? Tell us about your beautiful space here.
Oh, well, thank you, Luke. Mandala Gardens is a 7-acre botanical garden, is what I would call it. Moved down to Marion about 25 years ago, and this house with 4 acres was up for sale, and have always been a gardener, and have always visited gardens, but Marion didn't have one, and so had vegetable gardens initially and some goats and chickens, and then 10 years ago or so, the house next door came up for sale, and it had 3 acres, and then that was a large enough piece of property to actually have a garden. So dug the pond, because all gardens need a water feature for the aesthetic. And then simultaneously scored the sandstone, and then a really good friend from Vermont, Thea Alvin, who's a stone artist, came down every year or every other year or so, and we built different structures in the garden. And then it's finally to a point where it's large enough and the gardens are pretty well established, and then we have different events out here. So it wanted to build something that Marion didn't have, and it seemed to turn out pretty well.
Well, it's such an amazing vibe that you've built here. The stone arches are beautiful. And also, you've been having music in the gardens on Friday nights. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, yeah. We started having music every Friday from 6:30 to 9:30, starting in April, and we go through October. And it's more of an evening. It's $5 per adult. It features all local musicians that are from the area, and have a food truck and some vendors, and it's a good evening thing. It doesn't start too early and it doesn't start too late, and individuals like myself, I like to be in bed by 10 o'clock. So,
yeah. Sure. Well, first of all, thank you, Greg, for letting us do this awesome event here to bring art and community to this space. It's a perfect venue for this event, and just want to say thank you for letting us do it.
Oh, absolutely. It was awesome. It's amazing to have artists out here as you all, and then you're bringing other individuals that I've never seen, and it just makes for a much more aesthetically pleasing visual event.
Sure.
Yes, thank you.
And speaking of artists, we are joined by several artists here who I definitely want to hear from about Art in the Garden. What is it? Why did we do it last year? And what can people expect if they are not aware of Art in the Garden?
Absolutely. All right. Art in the Garden, such a wonderful idea. I got to thank Michelle. One day I came to Marion to come check out the Monday night art socials, and just a lot of incredible artists all creating together. And I met Michelle, and she ran this idea by me of putting together some type of community art event. And I'm all about that. Me and my wife, we started a community art center in Carbondale, Illinois. It's called Project Human X. And we just love art. You know, we're passionate about it, and we see it as such a great way to connect people, connect communities. And so yeah, while I'm talking to Michelle, I'm having all of these ideas about how we can bring Carbondale and Marion together, and all of the pieces came together perfectly. Yeah, we both knew Greg, and yeah, coming to Mandala Gardens, I don't think we could have done this in any better place, and it's been a joy. So yeah, we came together as a team, everyone that you see here, and we really put together an amazing event. I think what did we have, like close to 1,000 people that came to the last event.
Yes.
Yeah, so we were blown away by the turnout, and just so much beautiful art. Tons of artists showcasing their artwork, live artists painting, and yeah, live music throughout the whole day. So yeah, it's just incredible to see how art connects humanity, and that's what I'm all about.
That's awesome, and I love that energy that you brought to the event last year and are to this year. But tell us a little bit more about Project Human X. What type of events do you do? Because I know you've done a lot. Tell us about how many and what's your an event with Project Human X look like?
Okay, great question. So me and my wife Cree, we started Project Human X almost 5 years ago. We're gonna have our 5-year anniversary in November, and
That's awesome.
it blows my mind. We've been doing this for almost half a decade, and for us, it started with paint parties. So just getting people together and letting them paint whatever they wanted to. So we thought that creative freedom was really important, and we thought it was a great way to get people in the same room, no matter what color you are, what culture you come from. Art is a way for all of us to connect. And so that's where the project started. And from there, it's been a constant evolution of us just finding new art forms, new art experiences for us to be able to bring people together. So after that, we started doing the more traditional paint nights where we get together, we have an art instructor that makes it fun, right? It's not class, but it's like coming to a party where you get to learn how to paint something, you get to take home something beautiful. So that was one of the big experiences that really helped us to sustain this project. And from there, we've just added on so many new things, and it just doesn't stop. We're doing glow paint parties, we do pottery, we do resin art workshops, we have a splatter art room, which is a really big hit. Kids love it, and for adults, you can be a kid again, right? So yeah, it's just gonna keep growing, and for us, it's just finding new art forms, because we understand, everybody has a different taste. They have a different preference when it comes to art. So we want to give everyone an option to be able to come and experience the joy of art.
That's awesome, and I think we spoke last time over 1,000 events in that 5 years.
Yes.
That's amazing, man. So congrats on that.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
And we're super excited to have you guys at Art in the Garden. So what can someone expect that might not be an artist, but might be an art lover? Can we welcome them to this event too?
Oh, absolutely. So yeah, this is going to be the perfect place for everyone, whether you're not that interested in the art, or if you love art, if you're an expert, you're super experienced, or if you're just a beginner at art. So yeah, during this experience, we're expecting to have close to 50 vendors that'll be showcasing their handmade creations, and they'll be selling them as well. So we'll be surrounded by some of the most beautiful things you can find in Southern Illinois, and yeah, it's just such a special place to be whenever you're surrounded in that creative energy. This is my opinion, artists are some of the coolest people on earth, right?
Sure.
Yeah, you'll have that opportunity to walk through this beautiful garden and just experience one extraordinary artist after another. So that'll be a really fun experience, and yeah, you'll be able to purchase this artwork. So supporting artists, I think, is so important. To be an artist, it really is a leap of faith. So whenever you put yourself out there and you take that time to, go make the art, right? It takes so much time. Then you come to an event like this. This is what helps sustain artists. So it's really important, I think, for people to come out, not only look at the art, but find something that you love that you want to take home with you, and hey, maybe get a gift for a loved one as well. So I'm really excited about the art making opportunities for everyone at Art in the Garden. So we'll have opportunities for people to come and sit down and paint. There'll be face painting that'll be happening, and a long list of other things as well. We got some surprises that we'll be sharing with you all in the near future. But you're not only going to be able to experience people experience the art that has already been made, but also an opportunity to come and get creative yourself as well.
Absolutely. And that's just the thing. We want it to be fun and welcoming for everybody. It's an inclusive environment, whether you're a professional artist or a art enthusiast, or just someone that wants something fun to do on the weekend. I mean, this is really a great event for that. There'll be food trucks, right, Greg?
Yeah, I was going to say, it was really neat last year because I am not an artist, I'm a gardener, but watching all the artists up top on the terrace painting their paintings throughout the day and watching the paintings evolve, because I never see that process, I only see the end result. It was really neat to watch them do that. I know, Michelle, you were one of the individuals up there, but it was really neat to see. A person needs to experience if they have not. So
that's a really great point, Greg. The participatory aspect, they're part of the art making itself. They get to look inside that process, a peek behind the curtain.
Yeah.
Michelle, would you like to say a few things on that? No.
Sure. Which one should I take? I can take this one. Okay. Hello, Luke. How are you?
Hey, Michelle. So, Michelle and Guy, you might know them from their tattoo work or Monday Art Social. Shout out. So,
Yay, Monday Art Social rules. Every other Monday. Street
so
Arts.
Michelle,
Yeah.
can you tell us a little bit about the live art in the Garden? What's your thoughts on the
Okay.
event as a whole?
Well, the initial idea to have Art in the Garden came from a desire to have more participation in art itself, because my daughter and I had attended an event where we were just showing our art, and it felt kind of static and not very energetic and exciting, and I could imagine it being better if people were actually participating and could do art too. And so the idea started rolling around of, what if we just created a community event? And I reached out to you, Luke, and to you, Marquis, and to you, Greg, and Guy as well, because we talked about it after we got back from this event. And just the mechanics started rolling, and before you knew it, we were talking about Art in the Garden. So it was born from the desire and to see community come together and participate in the arts on a local level. And I'm not just talking about Marion, I'm talking about regional, because it feels like there's so many little small towns around here where there's artists, but they don't really have any kind of representation where they can create community. They might be able to do their art and put it online, but that's not the same as coming together and being supportive of each other and letting each other know that we're here and we're together and we're representing the bottom of the state, which might sometimes be underrepresented in the arts.
Absolutely.
Aside of the university, that is. So that was part of the motivation for doing Art in the Garden, and then also creating participation. A lot of people have never done art, so having activity tables, especially where kids could come and sit down and be creative, put their cell phone away and not be so tethered to digital technology and be more in the immediate experience of being creative. I know how good that is for mental health, and it seemed like so many people enjoyed it. At the end of our first Art in the Garden, the number one response I kept hearing was, when are you going to do it again? So we weren't sure, we were like, okay, we have to process this. But of course, we're doing it again, and now we're gearing up for Art in the Garden too.
Absolutely. And tell me about the artist, because I know you have friends that have came in for this event and are planning to come in. Talk about the live art. Why was it important to you to create something that was more participatory versus maybe your usual painting, tattoo art? Can you tell us a little bit about that why?
Well, my why is because that's what I really love. And I feel like when you can share something with other people, everyone can experience the magic of being creative. And a lot of people don't make time for that. So in order to do it as a community, we had to create an event around it and invite people to come and participate. So just to share what we love with other people and see everyone happy and create something that was really magical. That's something that I really strive to do in my life, and I want to share it with other people.
That's great.
Yeah.
So, let's see.
The community bringing in, though.
Sure.
So, I'll let Guy answer that because it's his clients that he's going to bring in. But we're looking for people that are creatives from the whole region of Southern Illinois. So, if somebody out there is a performer and they want to create an installation where people can interact with it across the bridge, we're looking to create some unique spaces. Like we have aerial silks right now where people can go vertical under the instruction of Arabesque Dance Studio. We will have a box where you can write things that you want to let go of that at the end of the night we're going to burn, which is what we did last year. It's a very cathartic thing to do at the end of a season, which happens this year to be on the last day of summer before we usher in the first day of fall. So it feels very poetic to have Art in the Garden be on September 21st. And we're going to celebrate that. So if someone wants to contribute to that energy, we're looking for people who might want to make costumes and participate in a celebratory vibe. And we are also looking for people who are artists who just want to show up and make art, bring their art supplies, find a beautiful spot here, which there are plenty of, and be part of the vibe.
Love that.
Yep.
And speaking of the vibe, the music.
Oh, yeah.
Last year we had incredible music. Grateful for all of the musicians that came out and performed, and we can't forget the drum circle. That experience was epic, right? So we probably had almost like 20 or so people in a circle drumming together. So there was not only the opportunity for people to participate in the visual arts, but also the music arts as well. So we're really excited about doing that again this year. And whenever you said that word vibe, I was like, we haven't chimed in about how amazing the music was last year. It really carried the event all the way to the end. And so yeah, looking forward to some awesome musicians to perform again as well at Art in the Garden too.
And anyone can bring a drum or an instrument who wants to join the drum circle. We'll have times posted soon about when that will be. It was cool how there were people who were really, seasoned in drumming. I had never done a drum circle before, so I just loved being part of that. It was like we were all like communicating together through rhythm, and I felt that was really poetic for the glue of what we had created for this event, like just coming together, connect, create, participate, which is our logo. It felt really like in line with that.
Agreed.
And this is a free event for the public, which makes it accessible to everybody. Which is great, because a lot of the times if you're going to go see art or music, this is an all-day music fest as well. All the music is free, so come out and enjoy the day.
And tell your friends. Let's see some numbers.
Absolutely. Bring them out.
Do you want to take a chance?
Sure. So we were talking about the vibe, and if there was one thing I think that we succeeded at the most, was that vibe, the feeling that was in this garden on that day. It was very family friendly and family safe, but at the same time, it just didn't feel typical at all. It felt like there was something special going on. Just the beauty of the energy. Everyone was in a great mood. And there was just a certain magic to it. And we feel like that was because of the people that showed up. And these people are going to be showing up again, plus more, plus you're going to be showing up and adding to this incredible energy. And I loved how we closed off the evening with this burn ceremony, which, some of you are familiar with the Burning Man festival that goes on every year. And this is obviously a much more accessible and, you don't have to go out in the middle of the desert kind of event. But we had a box where people could put their intentions, like Michelle was saying. It could be something you want to let go of or something that you feel is important. And that box got stuffed to capacity. So this year we're going to have a bigger box for that. We'll have some fire performers as well, 2 or 3 of them that are going to be adding to the energy of the event. And I believe that some of them are going to be doing some free classes for people, not to play with fire, but to play with batons and things like that and learn some of their moves. That's just one example of the many things that you'll be able to come in for free and just try out. Because, as Michelle was saying, just going to an art event and looking at art can be cool, but you might feel inspired to want to do something, and then you have to go home to do it. Imagine being in that event and looking around you and seeing 5 or 6 things that you can just walk over to and be a part of. That is part of the amazing vibe of this event. And
be part of the magic.
Right, be part of the magic. Help create that magic.
Absolutely. And the mandala last year was incredible. That was definitely my favorite part. It was so beautiful. And I remember everyone saying, "You're going to burn that thing?"
Yeah. People didn't want that to
It's
happen.
too pretty.
They were upset about it.
No, it's going to be burned.
It's here
This
today.
year's is going to be even prettier, and we're still going to burn it. But that's part of it. Remember, we're making it for that reason. And like the Tibetan monks that make those incredible sand mandalas only to come into the room with a broom and sweep it back up. It's not about making and preserving a thing and holding on to it. It's about having an experience, about being in that moment, living it to its fullest, letting it pass, and having that amazing memory.
We've touched on a lot of themes of the event, and a lot of them do align. Immediacy, participation, inclusiveness, and just the overall art vibe. And the big climax of the day, the burn.
Yep.
And I just love it. And, this area needs this, in my opinion. And, just the coming together of all the individuals that contribute and help made it possible is really where that magic is. And I'm just looking forward to capitalizing on that magic from last year that we've been writing and making it even better this year. We have some other things in the works. I promise you some spectacular things that will be here this year. So be looking on social media, following the website. If you are a vendor or an artist that want to participate, go to our website, unionstreetarts.com/garden, and you'll be able to register there. There's a link. Just fill out a little form and you're added to our list. And gosh, this is just going to be something you're not going to want to miss. I guarantee it.
Definitely. I know there's one thing to add, but I don't know. You'll have to mix this in because that was a great closing statement.
That's okay.
I just wanted to say that when we create a community here, we're also creating a village for a day. And the feeling that I had when I was here last year was when you walked through the space, you were walking into like the whole thing was an installation. Just the way that the booths were carefully picked and reflective of art and people showing their art, doing their art in their booths. It felt like it felt like a little town, you know. And then you'd go across the bridge and there'd be activities, and I just thought that was the coolest thing. So when people come here for the second Art in the Garden, they're going to be walking into something that's like a village for a day, and we hope that you can join the village and be part of Art in the Garden.
Absolutely. And I'm glad you mentioned that. There's been a lot of Burning Man references here today, but just like in Black Rock City, they build a city in the desert for a week, and it's there, and then it's gone.
Right.
And it's amazing. And, you know, I just feel very lucky to have gone to Burning Man, to feel that energy, and to help some sort of way to bring that here. And I think we're doing that.
Absolutely.
The cosmic connection of all of us is just right. I'm really happy to be working with all you guys and making something really magical and special at Mandala Gardens. It's truly significant to me. Yeah.
Any last words?
Just come out and enjoy the day.
Yeah.
Art is life.
Connect, create, participate. Shirt. Here you go.
Don't miss out. This is the thing that I've noticed at all of the events here at Mandala Gardens is it seems like some of the most interesting people in the area sort of get filtered into this place. And if you're one of those, please don't miss this because you're going to meet your tribe here.
So September 21st, it's an all-day event. Food, music, art, great vibes, great people. Just come out and enjoy.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you at Art in the Garden.